annual Africa Matters Summit, held under the theme Financing Africa's Recovery, has wrapped up in Johannesburg, South Africa. Hosted by Channel Africa in partnership with Wits Business School, the one-day summit brought together entrepreneurs, policymakers, researchers and industry leaders to explore innovative financing solutions for Africa's economic recovery, particularly in the face of climate change. The discussions highlighted the urgent need for sustainable investment, homegrown solutions and stronger collaboration across sectors to ensure the continent not only recovers but thrives. We're now joined in studio by Prosper Ndumiso, who attended the summit, and to share his insights and experiences. Hi Prosper, how are you?
Hi Tracey, I'm all good, and how are you?
I'm awesome. So, you attended the summit?
Of course.
Right. What stood out for you most, and how important are platforms like this for entrepreneurs across the continent?
I think it's very rare to have all stakeholders in one room talking about the same problem, and not just from a South African perspective, but even an African perspective. So having all the African leaders gathered, having all the big players within the climate be there, and also financially, the stakeholders such as banks that were there. So you understand the full scope of the problem and how deep it is because of all the experts that are already involved in it. So as an entrepreneur constantly looking for an opportunity in one room, the summit brought everything together. And even from a civil perspective, whereas you get a bigger picture of climate change, its impact in our generation now from what it was then.
Now, do you think enough has been done to support entrepreneurs when it comes to access to funding?
Oh, that conversation will always be a tricky one. Given how our unemployment status is looking currently, just in South Africa alone, it is clear that enough is not done. It could be an avenue that generates it. Currently, there are some few things that are going well, like with the program that I was with the business school, Wits Crucible Entrepreneurship Program. And really, CETA has come in on board, other stakeholders to try and help. If there could be more, then there could be more young people who are coming up with businesses, hence maybe curb a bit on the unemployment rate that we currently see that is soaring so high. So is enough being done, or is there enough funding? There could be more.
So how is climate change affecting businesses and entrepreneurs on the ground? And what are some of the biggest challenges entrepreneurs in Africa currently face?
Every sector, I think it depends on the sector in this case. So there's certain sectors that are not really directly feeling its full wrath when it happens. But there's unfortunate incidents that occur from climate change. One was mentioned by Mr. Naidu, who is an activist for climate change. And he mentioned that the floods in Durban, businesses were affected. Even if you buy the corner as a vendor, even if you have a facility, somehow your day-to-day business. So indirectly, everyone will be affected, but directly, you could say the farming industry and a few industries that are affected directly. But in the long run, everybody will be feeling the wrath if nothing happens or nothing changes about how it's approached now.
Now, what lessons from the summit will you take back into your own work, and what message would you give to young entrepreneurs across the continent?
The opportunities are there, definitely. And as an entrepreneur, being in a space where you get to learn of the problem, you get to see it, people are passionate about it. And from that, well, our job is to generate money. But even from a civil place, I think entrepreneurs have a lot to contribute when it comes to civil society. Sure, we want to make money and everything, but one thing that was emphasized was working together to make everybody more aware of the implications, and more importantly, work together, not just the civil society, but even the private sectors, the government, into curbing this and making it a good place for not just us, but the future generations to come.
And I need to find out something, because when we were chatting yesterday,
yes.
Okay, well, there were a couple of things that we were chatting about, but your company You do mobile security. Can you please explain that? Because there's a couple of things: mobile as in cell phone, mobile as in
mobile as in cell phone. So in South Africa alone, we have a very interesting cell phone penetration in South Africa. Each individual on average has 2 phones that they own. In our phones, we do know in the modern world, you can do absolutely everything. Your banking, you can work and whatnot. So we seek to protect the mobile phone. There's 2 spaces we're looking at as we're looking to release a basic mode. That's your everyday. You are too excited, you have your phone in your hand, and for some reason you forget your phone down there. That's where we come in with the cross clip. So it's
no, here you don't forget your phone anywhere. Your phone gets removed from your hand.
Well, we're giving it a generous spin and sound to it. But let's say you forget it. There's also for whatever reasons you forget, it will alert you when you and your phone are not together at a certain distance. So think of it like an invisible digital leash that keeps you at bay with what's happening. There's even a more exciting smart version which will work at events that will be able to tell us who is where and whatnot. So yeah, can't wait to get that out in the market.
Oh, that'll be so awesome. Prosper, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's a pleasure, Tracey, and thank you to all your listeners.
That was Prosper Ndumiso, a young entrepreneur who attended the Africa Matters Summit.
Ahoy, matey!